Let's get started. How's everybody doing today? Good, good. Everybody's probably tired. We all had a lot of classes going on. So one thing I wanted to start off with is my name. First of all, I'm Frank Goga. This is my partner.
My name is Josh Pasukum, sports management, and I'm a sophomore here at GCU.
And I'm a sophomore here as well. I'm studying finance and economics. So I'm from Congo, Africa. I don't know if you guys know where that's at, but that's far from here. Still hot though, but basically I wanted to ask, what is fun in the Valley of the Sun? So if you guys have anything you can throw out there, what you guys like to do for fun? Just show of hands. Swimming. Professor?
Running.
Running? Okay, we got running.
Good idea.
It's healthy, it's fun.
Swimming.
Swimming, all right, stay cool. That's two. Hiking, all right, yeah, camelback? Camelback is cool. All right, so we got swimming, running, and hiking, basically all active, what it sounds like to me. So we put our heads together, and the result of it was kind of ironic. So if anybody's ever tried to put their heads together with somebody else, it can end pretty badly. But as you can see, this is completely safe. Nobody got hurt in the event of this recording. Disclaimer, disclaimer. So what we have for our idea is what we call bubble smash soccer. So basically what this is taking two sports, football and soccer, and combining them together to make a fun, active sport that's safe for everybody. And we put together a little video to show you guys the basics of what it is.
Gotta get you like this. Gotta get you like that.
Okay, so as you guys can see, the objective of the game is to score the goal, but you have to do this while being smashed by the opponent.
So there's two teams, obviously, just like soccer, and there's 5 players per team, and there's 2 goalposts. So it's an entire new sport that started in Europe, and little by little it's starting over to pour out here into the United States. So it's not too mainstream yet, but eventually it will. So we're trying to take advantage of taking it, familiarize with the city of Phoenix, and just to introduce it to GCU students and to everyone here in the city of Phoenix, Glendale, Surprise. So it's an awesome sport. I actually played this for the first time back in Stockton, California, where I'm from. I went for winter break, and my cousin, he purchased these bubbles from Europe, and he had it as an event for Christmas Day. So all the family gathered up together, and it was basically a test before his business skyrocketed. So we all played as a family, and my dad played. He's 45 years old. My uncle played, he's 52 years old, and he felt perfectly fine. He'll bump somebody, he'll smash somebody, they'll roll over just like you see here in the video, and it was perfectly safe. He took off the bubble, he felt fine. It's an awesome sport for all ages, for small ones, for the older ones, for tall, for short. So it's an amazing new sport that we hope you guys will get to experience.
All right, guys. So there we have bubble smash soccer, and just like Josh explained, it's fun for everybody in the family, for all ages, all sizes, and it's completely safe. The first thing I went and did was went and talked to a couple moms about this. You know how moms are mostly protective over their kids who are in sports. Like myself, I played football. Used to give my mom a heart attack every single game. And when I showed this to her, she thought it was pretty safe. She actually wanted to try it out herself. You know, once I explained to her, you know, the quality of the bubbles, the strength that they have, you know, they're real durable, made out of TPU material. So everything is safe. And it's something that we want to bring as a business, as a rental business. If you guys can think of like something like, what's that called? Laser tag. Yeah, if anybody's ever played laser tag, you know, you go to the facility, you rent out the equipment, and you get a bunch of buddies together, and you guys play a game of laser tag. So we kind of wanted to implement the same idea with bubble soccer, and rent out the bubble balls and get a game going like that for a good time. You know, based on what people said was fun here to do in the Valley, I think that collides very well with people's expectation of what they can do for fun. So that's our pitch. Thank you.
Thank you.
So right now, yeah, we'll go ahead and take questions.
What's the first launch? How do you make money? And then you don't own the balls, do you?
What we do is we purchase the balls from a merchandiser at a wholesale price, and then we rent them out to the public. So people, we might purchase, say, 25 balls for $5,000 or so, and then rent them out per game. So it'd be $30 per ball, but you have to have a minimum of 10 players per game. So it'd be $300 a game, and then that would be how we start to generate some kind of profit. Any other questions? Yep.
How would you choose the site where the game is played?
Well, we have a beautiful lawn here at GCU, so we're hoping that the school will join us and letting us use that, or even the intramural field, which is also great for things like that. So we have a pretty big field to use there.
So would you try to focus like on a college type level and pitch to different colleges?
Oh yeah, at first I think we're going to start it off on GCU campus first, just to kind of see what kind of reaction we get from it. Like we thought of a GCU test game, and just like giving a free game to students out, you know, so they could experience it, see how they like it, see what kind of responses we get from people on the collegiate level first, and then maybe open up to the public.
Now, the rental business is pretty popular for parties among blow-ups and all other types of blow-up things. How would you be competitive to a blow-up rental that might cost $100 for a day versus?
Okay, well, for the jump houses and stuff like that, the market, it's kind of small. It's for children,
Okay.
you know. Now versus us, you know, if they want to be in the jump house, they won't. It's too heavy. They'll tear the whole thing down. So they'll look for something like bubble soccer, like this is something that I can do. And not only that they can do, but small children can do as well.
Well taken.
Outside of GCU, how would you plan on getting your product out to the masses?
I think now we have a lot more ways to market things like this. Like the first thing we thought of that GCU test game, we could just have people maybe record some on their phones, and then they could do something like hashtag and post it on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and videos will skyrocket in views fast. So once we can generate some kind of buzz through social media, maybe we can think about like marketing with flyers or even a website as well to come. Oh, sorry, we kept waiting.
If you're seeking investment funds from angel investors, what are you going to use with that? What are you going to do with the investments?
What we do is buy the bubble ball equipment. We get the pumps for it, the goals, the soccer balls, and all that mostly covers the investment money that we use towards it. And then maybe whatever's left, we probably use towards website development, things like that, maybe logos in the future or shirts.
So, really interesting. I've never played volleyball.
Me neither. Yeah.
Imagine that. So you sound a little unsure. So are you, I mean, what is your plan? Are you going to actually go buy 25 bubble balls, and then is your plan to have a package, so get 5 of each color balls, and then with the nets, and then the soccer ball, then you get, I mean, that's a package. Is it 300? You didn't seem
right.
sure
So
as you were saying that.
So what we intend to do is buy the balls through the Idea Challenge investment money that we'd win, if we'd win, and use that to purchase our materials and everything that we need there, and then start a rental business right off the bat. So after the GCU test game, people it would generate some kind of buzz. People want to try it out. So then we start doing rentals out to the public.
So it's $300 is what you're saying?
It would be $300 per game. So
if I want to host a weekend party, it's $300 for a day, for
it would
4
be.
hours?
We haven't really gone into it would probably be more on an hourly basis. But what we thought of it was like us students, you know, we don't make $300 for bubble ball money. So of course we're going to split it up amongst us guys. Maybe it'll be 10 people that want to play. Everybody puts in $30 for the game, kind of similar to how you would go like at another recreational park or something.
I'm just trying to think, on a busy weekend, if you know, you've got X number of balls, how many rentals for so many hours, how much money could you make? How does this go to scale?
As far as scalability and expanding the business, we chose 25 balls at a start just because of the cost. We're thinking more of how much it costs to purchase the balls and everything. But I think once we started to turn around a profit and people wanted the product more, we'd look into buying more balls, and so more than one party could have that.
Demand, and the more supply that obviously we'll have to get.
All right. Let's give these guys a big round of applause.
My name is Brad Scruggs. This is Ahmad Salim and Brian Scruggs. We're all the co-founders of Joblet. We're all graduates of GCU. We're currently working as instructors, assistants, so there's that. So what our app, well, first of all, our company Joblet, it's based on a mobile application, and it's also going to be a website in the very near future. So we're currently in development on the Android platform. So what it is we're connecting people who are creating short-term jobs and tasks with people who are ready to work at any given time, basically. So this presentation, it's going to show some screenshots of what the app actually looks like. These are screenshots that I took from my phone today. We're in alpha testing right now, so only us three have the app and our developers that we've hired. But it should be out for the Android platform within about 2 to 3 weeks. So we're getting ready to launch pretty soon. So right when you sign in, make an account, it's going to take you to a map. And there's going to be pins on the map of jobs that you can do. So you can see a pin right there. When you click on that pin, or touch it on your phone, I guess you could say, it's going to give you an option to click more, and then you can get more information on the actual job. So go ahead and click that. So here's what it looks like from the standpoint of someone who actually wants to do the job. So you have the option to apply for the job, message them, and you can also view the person's profile of who created the job. You also have the option to scroll down for more information on it. Here's just a basic job, tutoring for biology. So the job description, I need tutoring to learn about microbiology. You can also scroll down to see kind of a time frame of how long the job could take and when the job needs to be done by. So here's what it looks like from the standpoint of the person who actually created the job. They're going to be able to review the people who applied for it. So you can see 8 people have applied for this. Obviously that's in testing, those are fake profiles. And then 8 messages. There's also the option to edit the job. So if you're negotiating with people through the messaging system, maybe you want to lower the price a little bit, you can edit that price, $18, maybe you want to do it for $16 flat rate. So there's that, and then you can edit your description as well. Yeah. So here's what the app looks like. The top left corner, you can see the action bar, the J, and then where it says Joblet. When you click this, the action bar comes out. You have the option to go to the home screen, which is the map with the pins of all the jobs. Your profile, that's a place where you can write a little about me. There's also a template style resume where you can put your education, work experience, some of your skills. So when someone's reviewing your profile, they can see some things you've done. Managing jobs, you can create a job there, or you can manage ones that you've created. My jobs, those are ones that you have applied for. Messaging system settings, those are pretty standard. We know those. So, oh, I skipped browse jobs. Browse jobs, that's another way to look for jobs. You can, there's a filter system. We don't have screenshots of that. If you want to see it, I can show you on my phone later. But there's filters where you can filter by keywords, by zip code, and other things, and also the type of job that it is. If it's yard work, house cleaning, handy jobs, moving, any type of job you can think of, basically. So that plus sign in the top right corner, you can click that at any time to create a job. Also, managing jobs, you can create a job there. So next screen, yeah. This is what it looks like when you're creating a job. You're obviously not going to do job title, high GCU Shark Tank, but whatever you want, like I did the GCU or the biology tutoring. Job type, you can choose from a list that we actually need to update. Our developers came up with a list, but there's some things we want to add and take away. So handyman, that's just one type. There's yard work, lawn services, just basic stuff. The start date, start time, end date, end time. When you put those in, that's how long the pin actually stays on the map. If someone hasn't applied for the job, then the pin's just going to go away if it's already past the end time. We do have a vision, though, where we're going to have so many users to where you post a job and someone's going to be applying for the job within about 15 minutes. It's kind of like the Uber of short-term jobs and tasks. So, oh yeah, there's also going to be push notifications, which our developers are working on right now. When you have applicants, you're going to get a notification right on your phone. So-and-so has applied for your job. You're going to be able to review them. Also, every time you get a message, you're going to be getting a push notification for that. And that's the basics of it. Pretty standard. If you guys have any questions, go for it.
Do you have a star rating?
We do have a star rating. So both people are going to be rated both ways. The person who completed the job and the person who created the job. It's a 5-star rating, and on your profile, when people are reviewing you, they're going to see, basically, we should have taken a screenshot of that. I can show you later. But you're going to have your profile picture, which you can choose a file to upload, how many jobs you've completed, and then your reliability rating, which is going to be out of 5 stars, basically.
Yep.
There's a company out of California called TaskRabbit.
Yep.
You guys obviously know of.
I do, yep.
They've received a ton of venture capital.
Yep.
So how do you compete against them?
So TaskRabbit, they're different from us in multiple ways. So with our app, anyone can use it. Anyone can sign up and do jobs, create jobs. With TaskRabbit, anyone can create a job, but in order to do a job, you are actually hired by TaskRabbit, and you have to go through a hiring process and all of that. And they've actually gone downhill. They've changed the way they've done a lot of things. Yeah, their business model has changed quite significantly. There's bidding on jobs and stuff like that. And another thing with, what was I going to say? You guys know. The bidding. Like I said, anyone can do jobs with our apps. With TaskRabbit, I know what I was going to say. The person who is assigned to an area, basically, they have to do any job that's given to them, pretty much. So if someone says, I need someone to fix my sink, the random person has to go try fixing that sink, even if they're not qualified for it. In TaskRabbit's terms and conditions or whatever, it says they're not responsible for the quality of the work done. It's just whatever the price is, they have to pay it.
If you create a job and someone comes and does it, you have to pay regardless of how well they completed it.
So say you beat them, how do you guys keep up quality control? Like if someone says, hey, I bought a desk from IKEA, it looks great in the showroom floor, we've all put together IKEA furniture, it sucks, I don't want to do it, so I put that up, put my IKEA desk together, someone comes over and it's a horrible experience, what do you guys do?
Well, obviously that person's going to get rated. If it's a horrible experience, they're going to be 1 star. They could have, that's going to be tough for them to bounce back. I mean, they could do more jobs in the future, get that star rating up, but yeah, and they'll be able to review people who have applied for the job. They don't have to choose that person with a 2-star rating.
Is payment through the app or in person?
Through the app, and we get 15%. Are you guys familiar with Braintree?
Payment system.
So that's a payment system. Once a job is accepted, the person who created it, the payment goes, what's it?
I can explain this.
Go ahead.
Payment, so when you accept someone for a job, the payment, it goes into escrow. So it goes into our merchant Braintree account, and we hold on to that payment. So when the job is completed, the worker takes 85%, and then we keep 15% of the payment, which is all coded through the Braintree system.
After the person
Yeah,
Yeah.
both the person who created the job and the person who completed the job will both agree that the job has been finished, payment will go through. If there is a dispute, we will have like a report button so they can report the job to us, and then we will basically, based on our judgment, if there's no proof that the job was done, then we will refund the funds, that type of stuff.
2 more questions?
You go ahead.
Are there any concerns about liability when people are showing up under your banner to do work?
Yeah, well, they're typically not under us. So we are just providing the platform. Similar to what Uber is doing, in their terms and service, they say they're not responsible for any misconduct or any liability. We're currently writing our terms.
Uber's not a taxi service. If you read their terms, they say, we're not a taxi service. We're just providing the platform to connect people. It's the same thing for us. We're not a job service. We're not hiring employees. We're not telling people to create jobs. We're just giving them the platform to connect. So we're not liable. We've already gone over a lot of legal stuff. We're not liable for any misconduct, damages that may occur on a job. But yeah.
One more?
Thanks. Good.
What are the funds going to be used for?
The funds? So currently the Android app is being developed, and we actually have an investor lined up, and we're going to use the funds for the iOS app and getting a website made as well as advertising.
All right, cool. Very cool, guys. Doing a great job.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike Spagnola. I'm a freshman here at GCU, and my idea was the Lopes Garage. It's going to be an automotive center for the students here at GCU. One more. Nope.
I pushed the wrong one.
And there's the overview. The Lopes Garage is a 4-phase structure that will reach the automotive needs for both the students and the faculty. Going into phase 1, the club. So what is this going to look like? It is going to be a facility in which students will be able to come in and both work on their own cars and work on cars that we provided to both learn the structure and the skills in the automotive business, to further their skills in the automotive business that will follow throughout their entire life. The facilities in this club and in this area will have all the tools and the structure, such as lifts and, like I said, all the tools, the impact wrenches for people to work on their cars, in learning how to work on cars. And yes, it'll be all hands-on learning. Everything will be, this is why we're going to need to change our oil, and then we'll go to the car and show how to do it. Phase 2 will be the project vehicle. And in 2015, GM introduced the Canyon, which is their mid-level truck, their light truck. And so my proposition would be to build the 2015 Grand Canyon. And what it will be is a aftermarket car, a show car, that will be lifted and have all the, the goodies of an aftermarket car on it. It'll appeal to everyone, and it'll be built in our facility. So it'll be built with the students, and it'll take the process from building a proposal all the way to painting the vehicle, to putting all the parts onto it, and then later to bring it to the SEMA show. And what the SEMA show is it stands for Specialty Equipment Marketing Association, and it is the biggest automotive trade show in the U.S. Hundreds of thousands of people enjoy this show every year, and it's where all the new products and all the new cars are shown. And this car will be in the forecenter of the show, where hundreds of thousands of people will be coming by and seeing it. And what this will do is it will get our name out in the business, in the automotive business, and it will show that, hey, look, we're out here, we're making this car, we have this whole program. So that will bring people in the automotive industry to us, and it will also bring students to us. And GCU will gain a lot of students through this, as they'll see, we have this program, and my son, or I want to come to the school because of this. Phase 3 will be the real-world application, and this is when we go out into the field and buy cars.
So we'll either go to automotive auctions or find cars on Craigslist, and we'll bring them into the shop. We will show, it takes all the steps to show students how to take a car that is, less desirable, bring it up to the standards, and then sell it to make a profit. And the profits of this will go back into the garage to therefore buy new tools and to further the program into something that works into the Phase 4. And how many of you guys have cars that you normally use? I'm guessing most of you. And most of the cars that you have are going to have problems. It's just something that happens. And Phase 4 is when you really get into the service aspect of it. It's going to be Phase 4 is where we start a repair shop. And this will be ran under GCU, where students and faculty and all the groundskeepers, everyone on campus will have access to this in order to keep their car running. So this will be a repair shop in which anyone can bring in their car, they could get their work done, cost effective, and they'll have a full fleet of students. We'll create a union of students through phases 1 through 3 that will work at this repair shop to service all the cars for the students and faculty at GCU. The capital. So starting through phase 1 through 3, the capital will be somewhere around the $15,000 range. And this will be enough to get lifts, as you see, and tools in the garage in order to create enough supplies where we could get a lot of this work done. Phase 4 will cost more money, and that is something that needs to be readdressed at a later time. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Do you have an idea of a location?
We do have a location. It is right down the street, the old Circle K building. It's about less than half a mile from campus. So it's close enough where students will be able to walk, faculty will be able to walk back and forth, to drop off their car and get service done. Yes?
For the people that are sort of training the program and training the students on how to work on the vehicles, would those be volunteer hours by people that already are familiar with how to work on cars, or how would that work?
We're trying to figure that out now, and what it will be is, we're hoping some type of a scholarship opportunity, or if we bring in a paid mechanic to kind of lead up the whole thing as far as the mechanics go. But starting off, it will be student workers, and we would like to grow it where people out in the community could then work for it, and then create like an infrastructure around that as well.
Just an idea, because doing a little bit of the automotive business, if you have somebody in there that's willing to volunteer their hours, maybe they can come in and service their car, even though they may not go to GCU and get that lower discounted rate for maybe a friend or family. Maybe that would be an incentive for them to volunteer their time.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Great idea.
So you want to buy cars from auctions. So is it going to be bought through the school, or for each student that participates in the program, the school is going to provide a dealer's license for them, which is about what, 500? So their license just. So is it the students are going to actually go to the auctions, learn how to pick and choose the cars as they want, or is it just you or whoever in charge?
The idea started as there'd be someone on the top. So say I go get my dealer's license, and I would go out and buy the cars that I feel could make a profit in the end run. And then I would bring them in, and then that's when the project would start with the rest of the students and building the car and showing what needs to be done, and then later flipping it to make a profit. In a later date, to have multiple people there with their dealer's license would be a great idea as well. That way, you get from start to finish all the way. Yes?
Is that the main way you're going to make money, by flipping cars that you guys have taken to the garage?
Phases 1 through 3, yes. That's going to be a way to grow the garage. It's going to be a club atmosphere, so it will be, for all the students that are going to be there, it's going to be all volunteer. But to grow the club in phases 1 through 3, yes. Going into phase 4 with the actual automotive repair, that's going to sustain itself through all the students coming in. It's going to be low cost, but there will be a little bit of margin, just to keep things going and to pay the people that we do hire in later at a later date.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Who's with you?
With me, this has been a project that I've worked through with a few different people. Pastor Tim has been a real asset to building this thing. A few different people. Professor Ash has been a big person that has helped me through this. And, but other than that, it's been students that have wanted to, I've seen interest. The biggest thing has been students that have this interest but just don't have the resources. So this is going to be a gateway into students coming in and get introduced into the automotive field.
How many of you have heard of SEMA? So they have, okay. Very cool. Let's give a big round of applause.
First of all, I want to thank you everyone for this great opportunity. The name of my business is Achievement Sutra, the key to success. Like the name suggests, it's an education-based company. And the Achievement Sutra, it aims on providing the innovative and tactical and idealized coaching for the competitive exams like SAT, GRE, GMAT, TOEFL, IELTS, etc. Most of you have heard about the SAT, and it's mandatory to get into any undergraduate programs. That's why, and similarly, GRE is mandatory to get into a grad school. GMAT is mandatory to get into a business school. And TOEFL and IELTS, these are two exams to get into the international studies. Like if someone wants to come to US and any country which has the English as a first language, they have to appear TOEFL or IELTS. TOEFL means for test of English as a foreign language. So why I choose this one? Because I am an international student. I came from India, and when I started preparing for GRE, I faced a lot of problem because there are a lot of organizations which provides this study like Kaplan, Princeton Review, and Manhattan or Magoosh, but all of them, they have some limitations. And one of my statistical data, it shows that the number of students writing their GRE in the year of 2011 and 2012 are more than 3,000. And the following countries were India, next to it, that is more than 90,000 were writing GRE every year. And then China, it's like more than 69,000. So, and all of them have a problem. The students from United States, they have a problem in the mathematics section, and the students from India and China, they have a problem in the English section. And all of them, the main problem, the weakness of today's style is there are not enough questions to practice. And it's not tactical because in the GRE you will get like 20 questions to crack within 30 minutes. So for each questions you will get like 90 seconds. So you have to crack the questions within a minute and you have to put it in the website. But the main problem is when a student gets stuck in one question, then he doesn't get time to write the other questions. And the study program, it's not competitive enough. And it's not motivating. People think it's really boring to sit in front of a computer 4 to 5 hours. And it's not providing confidence. I have seen a lot of people, and I've asked them that they have prepared a lot, but when they go to the exam, at the exam time, they feel a lot less confidence, and they are not building enough strength. So my strategy is to come up with a unique solution. That is, I have another statistical data that can show you. This is one statistical data, that is number of questions provided by different providers. The Kaplan, they provide like more than 2,000 questions to practice. Princeton Review, they provide like 1,040 something. And Grubbers, they provide like 1,800. Manhattan, they provide like more than 2,000. And but I came up with a material to provide more than 15,000 practice questions. And you will practice, and there is a tactics to crack down all the problems, and you will practice more and more, and then you will come to a point, there's all the techniques, tips and tricks, and then you will get to a point where you can crack the questions and get to the answer within 1 minute. That's the point, the time management in GRE. So this is like our customers are all the students who are trying to get into an undergraduate program or a graduate program, and we are targeting for the all high school students or college students and all the international students trying to go for abroad studies. So the media we are trying to provide is, what I think personally is the classroom coaching is the best because it is competitive and it gives you the energy to go through the materials and practice more and more. And we are also planning for those students who cannot come to the class for online virtual system, which can give you that real life feeling of that you are in class and it's like competitive thing. And the largest pool of practice questions and the tools that is very similar to the GRE or GMAT, which is conducted by ETS, and one-on-one coaching for the enhancements of your skills. And 25 hours of doubt clearance facility. Anytime you have a question, you just dial the number, you call, and someone is there, an instructor is there present to clarify all your doubts. And help the students with the university selection and career counseling. And for the customer relationship part, we are like trying to market it in a different marketing strategy, that is online marketing, content marketing. EBM, we are trying to focus on this education-based marketing, organizing seminars and workshops in universities and colleges. And that is campus marketing or direct marketing. We want to have a constant relationship with our clients so that anytime they will have a problem, we are ready to solve their problem. Okay. So one more thing, coming to the pricing section. The Kaplan, they charge like more than $150 per hour. And the Princeton Review, they charge more than $250 per hour. Manhattan, they charge same $250 per hour. But we are coming up with a very good solution to charge less than $100 per hour with efficient instructors. That's it. Any questions? I haven't built a website yet. For the first initial phase, I am planning for the classroom coaching, and the further I'm trying to put the website.
Who is your partners over there?
So far,
Who?
Yeah, only me.
Oh, you?
Yeah, I'm looking for funding so that I can. I'm a computer science graduate, so I have my own plan for the website and online communication tool, that is online Blackboard system to communicate with the students efficiently, which can give the real life feeling of the classroom thing, and which will be very competitive. Yeah.
What's your strategy on creating 15,000 questions?
Creating 15,000 questions, because I have put a lot of time and effort in this GRE, and the strategy for creating 15,000 questions, there is a pattern for all these questions. So you go through the math, you go through the English section, everything. For the English section, people need those who has not, the English is not the primary language, they need a lot of vocabulary. And the questions will be created by the very efficient instructors and lecture professors.
I mean, Kaplan, Princeton Review, they've been around for years, and they are proven models, that work.
Yeah.
How do you plan on competing with that?
Yeah, that's the main point. Kaplan, Princeton, they have been for years, but they are not providing. If you'll go to the Princeton Review and open the book, then you will get 1,040 questions. And all of them, you will think, once you will think all of them were quite similar. That's what my plan is, to go for the largest pool of questions. And most of them will be different from each other. Means if you have already done one question, then the next question will be new to you. So that you won't feel that it's a similar type of question, it's a trivial, I don't want to do it.
Maybe what you could do is have like an incentive for them to, like, if they use your service, then maybe there's like a guarantee service for a certain score that they have, they don't have to owe the money back, you know what I mean? That kind of type of thing.
Not money back, because instructors, they will put a lot of time. But yeah, they will feel, if you'll go to any coaching and if you are learning something, then you feel like your confidence is enhancing, you are increasing your confidence, and you will feel like you are learning something, you can do something, you can achieve something. And once you feel and once you crack, then it's a long-term process. It will take some time, but it's after some results.
So what's the time investment on a Kaplan program versus what your program would be for a person that would
Yeah, time investment, all these providers, they provide like 25 hours to 30 hours, but mine is like 150 hours for the full-fledged program.
Let's do one more question. Back one screen, actually.
Which one?
Where you had all your numbers. I forget what you titled it. The cost structure. Go back.
Okay.
The other one. Forward.
This one?
Forward. One more. There it is.
Okay.
So where'd you get these numbers from?
I have done a lot of research, and I have contacted with a lot of people. So for the startup cost, I need a place, an office or a classroom. And I am not planning to go for a lengthy and rich startup cost, because the lesser is better for the startup. So I have done a lot of research, and I've calculated all these things, numbers by my own.
Okay. My next thing would just
Yeah.
be, have you thought about partnering with a institution that already
No.
Not like one of those other ones, but like a university?
Yeah, universities. Yeah, I am thinking about the partnership with universities, so that there are a lot of student organizations, and in the universities, they can help a lot to create an awareness and to create promotion in the campus.
All right, let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you.
Okay. My name is Tiffany Black. Thank you for having us back. Our company is Prayer Packages. And I just want to ask for your poll. If you have an arm, raise it if you've ever heard this question. Can you pray for me? Have you ever said to somebody else, can you pray for me? Or they've come to you and said, can you pray for me? And your next thought is, the next one. You're in my thoughts and prayers. Yes? Common phrase. Okay. So traditionally, we think about things like folding our hands or citing verses when we think about prayer. And our most common requests are for health of family and friends, or maybe peace during the time of loss. Those are very common traditional prayers. Now, 2 years ago, I found myself at this very moment, a person that I worked with, actually 3 people in 1 week, lost loved ones. 2 of them were non-believers, and they lived long distance. And they came to me and asked that initial question, can you pray for me? So as a believer, that was an open door. I wanted to pray for them, and as a believer, I completely believe that my prayers are heard and answered. But I just wanted to send something else. You know, I wanted them to know God's love in some other way. So what I did was I just went down and got a little inspirational prayer token and a greeting card, and no Bible verses or anything. I didn't want to be too intimidating, and I sent it to them. And the result was just heartfelt. They said they clutched it when they missed their loved ones. It made a difference. They kept it in their purse. And I just realized at that moment that something needed to exist that you can send to people in times of need and celebration that would extend your prayer when you're thinking about somebody.
I think they messed up. So this is where Prayer Packages comes in. It's our movement, and our mission is to deliver gifts and services that inspire and encourage others with the love of Christ and put your prayers actually into action. So how it works, on our website, we have an online storefront. You would go and select a package based on the occasion. You would customize that package fully with the messaging and the gifts that goes inside, or services such as meal delivery is an option that we have. And then we do a front door delivery experience through a USPS, or not USPS, I'm sorry, FedEx. I'll show you a video now of kind of what we put together as the overall experience. Whoops. Oh, I can't type.
Like it or not, life doesn't stop for anyone. We may be strong or smart or beautiful or kind, but some days just isn't enough. Some days we need more. But during those times of change, we are afforded a great opportunity, a chance to inspire, encourage, and celebrate with those we care about. At Prayer Packages, we are here to help you do just that. There are many occasions and reasons to inspire, encourage, or love someone. Anything from difficult times like grief or illness to celebrating holidays and baptisms. With Prayer Packages, you can choose a keepsake item, meal delivery, or other gift cards to bundle with your prayer token and greeting card. You can personalize your prayer package by choosing the gift's inspirational messages that are perfect for your loved ones. And you can sign your own individual message. So let those you care about know that they are loved with a prayer package.
So that's kind of the introduction video of what we actually do. That kind of sums it up. But we also are really big into giving back in the community. And so through our movement, which is our 10% at a time program, 10% of all proceeds go to a charitable organization. And right now we're working with the Phoenix Rescue Mission. So these are some items that we have that are signature to us that we have in our packages. There's a token, a greeting card, and the wristband, which you can select the messaging on based on the occasion. And at the bottom right is a Bible blanket, which is a 50 by 60 fleece blanket with the story of the resurrection and crucifixion of Christ. And this is our team, so it's just two of us, my wife Tiffany, and I'm Daniel Black, senior here. This is just a slide of some testimonials that we've received from individuals that have received the packages or that have sent them out. And that's prayer packages.
All right. How do you plan on marketing this?
Well, we just received an opportunity actually to have our own radio show. An AM station, it's a brand new one for Christian, it's called KXXT. So we're looking to try to do a weekly program on that radio show. That's our target right there. And then I am currently...
Sorry, not to interject. They'll actually be playing the GCU basketball game tonight on that station, so it's growing in its popularity.
And then some of our other plans are I'm currently going out into the community and networking with Christian businesses like Thrivent Financial, different realtors, people that have Christian clients, schools, Arizona Christian University, and putting together packages for students, putting together thank you gifts, things like that. So as we continue to grow, we are only 9 months old, so as we continue to test and see where our residual income can come from doing some of those other niches, we will start marketing once we see what's working in those areas.
Of course, social media and those outlets.
Yeah.
What's your price point?
Great question. So the price point right now is anywhere from $29.99 all the way up to $89.99, and meal delivery would be a little bit more if you choose that option.
We did receive some great feedback in the last 9 months for a lower price point, a $10 gift up to the $30 gift. So we just left the Las Vegas market actually to purchase some price point items that are a little bit lower. So it's more of an everyday gift instead of a once in a year occasion gift. So we're going to start expanding that as well. That's also what some of the funds would go toward.
Question.
Yes.
What makes your prayer package different from if someone else were to go out and make a prayer package, and how much does it cost you to make it?
So for your first question, what makes it different? So it's similar to like a red envelope or those kind of gift companies, but the difference that we would have, the biggest one, is the customization aspect. So you can customize it fully with the messaging that goes on the token, the wristband, and the greeting card. And so those other companies, they send a gift and it's a little bit like just here, here's a gift and it's nice, but it doesn't really have that touch of sympathy or touch of Christ that, something like this would need to have. And so that just adds more encouragement.
And the other thing that makes us unique is all of our messaging that we customize does not use Bible verses. So things out there already exist that have Bible verses on them, and we felt like we needed to provide something else that was unique, that was inspirational, but not necessarily a Bible verse for every occasion. So that's how we're also unique.
You guys have improved the pitch a lot. I mean, you guys did a great time last time, but this is much more succinct. I like the intro. The commercial's kind of interesting. It was kind of tough to understand that there was a baptism. It just looked like two people getting in a pool.
Yeah.
I kind of got it at the end though. But I have a question that we touched on last time. That's scalability.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been able to get any research about how your labor can actually be scaled?
Actually, yes. We received some great feedback again. Actually, it was just recently, last week, that we are being in network with people that have services. I don't know the exact name of the company, but it's a company that basically takes people that maybe have a special need or have different things like that, maybe developmental disabilities, and they can't keep a full-time job, and they do remedial tasks. I'm going to call it remedial. So it's not remedial, obviously, what they're doing, but to them it's important. So it's a very minimal wage, and you have the ability to hire services, people like that, and it would still continue to keep the love and care of a prayer package, right? It's being packaged by somebody that you're really helping provide a job and do that too. So that was just an idea that I heard recently, and I thought that we we'll think about. Because right now we are fulfilling them ourselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What has your sales been?
So we checked at 6 months, and we sold over 100 prayer packages in 6 months. We are also testing going into some boutiques and other gift shops. We sold out 3 weeks straight in a Christian bookstore of our Bible blanket that you saw up there. So people are liking Crossroads Books and Coffee. So people are really loving the product and the experience. All the feedback that we get is, it's quality and all that. So for our first 9 months, I'm very happy with, what we've done.
I think someone had a question on the cost too. So for us, sorry, that was your second question. So for us, a package like this, which comes with the greeting card, the wristband, the packaging, the token that goes inside, would cost us a little bit under $15. We do. The website is myprayerpackages.com. I can.
You can click on it. Oh, no.
No.
No. And something else, too, that we're working toward with the new products is we are rolling out 7 new occasions. So we started with the most basic occasions, like I showed, the Get Well, the Sympathy, the ones that you start with. And in 2015, we will be rolling out birthdays, thank yous, student, graduation, and a whole 7 suite of different occasions as well.
Let's give him a big round of applause.